In today's episode of 2 Megapops with Unconventional Towers, today we pick the Poakai, a tower I've not tried in this challenge before. And I don't know if I'd go so far to say unconventional, but I guess when I mean unconventional, I mean like the Beast Handler is such a different tower from all of the other towers in terms of, I guess, how you buff it, how it plays and all that. So either way, any way you spin it, it's different than something like normal, like an Archmage. We're also gonna do this on the latest map, Lost Crevasse, which I actually have not ever even played Chimps mode on, so I guess my first time doing it is with a challenge stapled on top of it. I think a lot of people start with 2 Desperados. Seems like a pretty good start now on several maps, but now that we beat the first 2 rounds, we can finally get the party started and get some pops on our Beast Handler. I also think things are going to play out a lot differently with Poakai because, for one, it's not a tower that benefits very much from Tribaldo. So in the first, I guess I'm going to try Silas as a support hero. However, I'm not going to drop him right away because he does do a decent amount of damage, but he might be useful come the late game, or maybe saving towards Poakai. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't upgrade any beast upgrades earlier, so I could keep the main beast stack. But now that I can upgrade straight to Atosaurus, I will gladly lose that main beast stack, because the Atosaurus is, of course, a bit stronger. Okay, and I guess in a way it does feel kind of cheesy that in a 2 Megapops where I'm going for bottom path beast, I use a top path beast to survive or do the damage to start off with. But I think that's valid. I mean, it is a cross path. It also will just be useful for the early game and early game only, so I don't know. I see it as fair in that case. We got the Horned Owl now. I also want to go so far to say that I swear I haven't like used the Poakai, let alone even had the thought of using it for honestly over a year. Despite me making a video almost every day for my main channel, I genuinely think it's been 100, 200 plus episodes since the last time I even used this, because like in bosses, you're obviously never going to see bottom path. In late game free play, you're not going to see it much either. And in Chimps mode, I normally, if I am showcasing another tower, I'll stop at like a Condor if I ever need support. Rarely ever am I going to go with a Poakai to add to my main strategy / showcase. So that's just personally my guess as to why it's been so long, personally. And also, I guess when I say a video every day, it's actually not been quite the case. If you're one of those who religiously follow my channel and wait for a certain time of day for an upload, so either you can fall asleep to it or you make that part of your day, in which case I much appreciate that, then, well, you probably noticed that you can't do that routine every day because it's not every day. And it hasn't been for a while. Just thought I would mention that because I see a lot of people, I at least claim I make that many videos or upload at that frequency, but I don't. At times I do need to take a break from this game, so that's why I don't average a video per day, because I would run out of ideas pretty quickly, or burn out pretty quickly. I'm more than content of like taking more time each video, like say bosses and whatnot. Anyway, that was a really clutch golden eagle we got here. If we're able to max out for 24, then we can easily beat round 40 because I can just, you know, pick up a Moab. Although there's a chance I may have spent too much money. Let's see, 4.8k. This gets me up to 20 and 190, just barely there. You can thank the discount, actually, or maybe not. I don't know if the math is there yet, that this has paid itself off of saving money here. I don't think it did, but the fact that we are able to beat round 40 with this, and we already have the village down for cheaper things in the future, is a win-win. I'm also reminded by this run so far that, what the hell? Bottom Path Beast is cracked. It's so good. Like, it hasn't even been close to losing since getting the Beast Handler up, and the greatest thing about Beast Handlers is their stepping stones are very easy. If you want to save from Giant Condor to Poakai, then you can, like, have many stepping stones of power. So, degree 64, Condor versus 16 is such a big difference. So much so that it makes the difference between max Condor and the lowest level Pokai not that bad. Now, I guess this map is kind of annoying. If any balloon even gets past the entrance, then... Oh, I don't have intel, I just realized. Like, if balloons take specifically this path here, my beast can't reach. It can obviously reach when balloons go up here, but that is what I die to, I believe, right? Let's see if a jungle jumps helps, or it's the speed, or the separation, I think. Okay, maybe glue this round, or what? Or what about get this? Don't get Condor at all. Stay at Golden Eagle. If I remember my days of playing Beast Handler very early on, staying at a max powered tier below it is better than a non-max powered. And you saw there. I guess the Golden Eagle attacks a little bit faster or something, but kind of interesting tidbit about the Beast Handler, in case you didn't know. Once we start making a sizable amount over the 9k for Condor, then we should probably just skip to it. Nice clutch, it went that way. I feel like 15, 16k is probably enough at this point to go for degree 40 Condor. Let me, again, just try to find Beast Handlers as far to the right so that we give intel for it while saving money with discount. So, something like that at Golden Eagle. Buy this, merge into this, buy this, and we're currently at degree 48. Well, that was fast, although in hindsight, if I want to save for Pokai earlier, I should not have bought that, because you only need 3 Condors before getting Pokai. These you should get after to level up your Pokai to max. Okay, enough's enough of this, at this point. Round 54 looks like too many balloons does end up being the difference for us, and I'm not able to save for a higher degree, so let's see if a mob glue even does anything, although it's the balloons we die to. It probably still helps though, yeah. Slows them at the beginning. Gives them enough time to keep them there without separating. Gee, I wonder if there's a cheap tower or even hero that can, like, slow balloons in a radius or has the ability to slow balloons down without taking too many pops away. Nope. Can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Second Condor is a boot to be afforded. And that is now degree 56. One more for max. And yes, Condor is strong enough to one-shot, one-tap Rams, right? I haven't seen... Yeah, that was the first Ram wave. It's already gone. I don't believe Condor touches leads, but thankfully, the Addisaurus to the rescue. Let's go Addy, and we were very fortunate that every balloon took the loop up. I actually am not aware on this map, or I didn't research on this map. What's the condition where balloons exit on the bottom right? Because I swear sometimes they go up, sometimes they... Like, all the balloons on a round go up, is what I mean, rather than splitting 50-50 during a round. There's Max. Okay, I just double-checked for the correct reason why balloons only travel that one way, and that's just because, not luck, but just the way the Pokai deleted balloons. It just happened to delete balloons that were going to exit in the bottom right. Big struggle this round. Can it clutch? I got Silas down finally, just for some slowdown, but his utility at just level 1 isn't good, so I probably should have gotten him several rounds earlier. Also on this map, I don't really have a good decision, or I have to choose between catching balloons on the left side or catching balloons on the right. I think I've been leaking more to the right side, which makes sense because 2/3 of the balloons actually go that way. It was level 4 that we were looking for. Yes, ice walls. They basically stop balloons entirely in their track without doing damage, so hence the perfect support hero. And now it's just, how much money? 32.4, yeah. A fairly cheap save up in the grand scheme of things for our endgame upgrade, which if we do get, it's basically GG. At least it's GG if the Pokai is the same power that it was the last time I played it a long time ago, which I think it should be. I don't really recall any recent patch notes having a big nerf to this guy. Oh, also, I just ran into an issue that I completely forgot. Condor doesn't even damage the ZMGs, so I probably have to soak up thousands of damage on another tower. Unless the what do you call it, the Microraptor, Addisaurus, does enough to do 2,000, but I doubt it. Let me also just first see. Please, ZMG, go up. Okay, perfect. There's a chance this could be saved without having to buy more more damage, that would be ideal. Because here's the thing, if I don't spend anything more at this point, I can definitely afford Pokai before the next GMG is on around 85. But right now, if I have to spend a lot, then I gotta, like, have several more thousands of damage, like, stolen. Because double the amount because of 2 CMGs that round. So just checking here. Just checking. It's a decent amount of damage, so we're not... I don't think we're that far off. I know a tower that does cheap mob damage, that I can control whether it does damage in its bottom path Spike Factory with middle cross path. I am greedy, so I'm not gonna spend 2k on a mob shredder. I feel like this is gonna be enough spikes, but if I am wrong, then I will add it. Come on, 1.1k extra damage added. We're gonna be just short, it seems. Fine, let's just get this over with. Spike Factory for 2.2k damage, and then just set in the middle here. Now we gotta make 17k in the next 4 rounds, but I think if I remember correctly, that there is enough money there, just barely. So let's see, there it is, it popped, and back to the entrance you go. Now I do have to worry, or watch out, because even though the spikes are on here, they could still do damage if the Pokai or the Condor grabs stuff, say, over here and pulls them in the path of the spikes. Of course, that's only an issue if it starts struggling to density here, but 15 BFBs is even no problem, so I don't think we should have an issue. Delicious. Oh, it just happened. Okay then, instead of here, I think here is probably a safer spot, because if balloons get here in the first place, then sure, we can have Spike Factory clean up damage, but this spot is where Pokai will already pick up stuff. Again, this is if retrying doesn't just make things easier. It's just kinda RNG. Sometimes it picks up the right stuff and doesn't leave inside, sometimes it doesn't, and you're left with a bunch of crap inside. Now, I'm low-key kinda worried about round 83. There are 50 Moabs, which is harder than 15 BFBs. Oh my god, by a lot. I'm not sure what I can do here. Well, so long as every Moab goes down, I think we're fine. But, now it leaks to the left side there. Well, I guess getting Mob Shredder did hurt me there, because I would have gotten Pokai by now. Low-key, this is I don't know why this is even close to working, but interestingly enough, getting Silas for the Ice Intel helped for him to give utility on the bottom left side, so I think putting an Ice here is a good choice. I don't know, I just gotta maybe do more aggressive downdrafting, so what I'll do is I'll keep it up here for as long as possible, and just ignore those going that way. I'm not sure. Right now, there's nothing even leaving the bottom left corner, so this is good. They're all going that way. We've got ice towers, so Silas can work on those. Nothing travel bottom right, please. No, got it. I got this ram, I gotcha. Blow you back. I think this is gonna do it. No need to use any more Silas abilities, right? Listen, I was worried for a second that when I brought Silas, he'd be useless, or rather, staying for Pokai would have been very easy and we didn't really need a slow, but no. He actually came clutch this round. Not even kidding. Now, I did have to spend a lot of money in downdraft, so I have to make 6k next round. I think I do, but if I don't, then that's more pops down the drain. This is up to 7,000 damage now. Oops. Not to mention, round 84 isn't even easy either. It's basically round 83 but on steroids, because, look, there's a line of 50 mobs and BFBs on top. Oh my god. I think I have to go back and not get, like, this spike somehow and afford this before 83. Because if I don't, I guess it's GG. Well, so much for that round 83 clutch. Thankfully, I do have a time machine, so it was the closest was 5k, right? Well, the thing is, the mob shove costs pretty much exactly 5k, so I have to beat it with this defense, I think. If not, tackle a bit more. Or again, like, fix my mistake of going for an extra golden eagle that ended up being useless. I swear to god that 3k I spent here actually hurt me, so maybe I'll go even further back to, like, round 49 or something. So maybe give me 5 minutes and we'll be back on round 80 without that beast handler on that right side, okay? Yeah, like that. And yep, turns out in fact it was really, really easy without adding the beast handler on the right side. Just getting a relentless glue before anything else was enough utility to make getting a Condor easy. So what I'm gonna do differently this time around 80 is, instead of Spike, just get a Quad Darts, because this can double as a downdraft later if I do need it, thus saving even more money. Plus, Heli does do a lot of damage Quad Darts, already 300, and it's gonna pass like 1000 given its full map range. I also did drop Silas like 5 rounds earlier this time, so I guess a higher level on him does make him do a little bit more damage. So I have level 10 this round if I need it. And please pop anytime now. Perfect. But remember, I have to afford this in the middle of 83. So let's pray I make enough money here. Just 3,000 to go. I can wait a little bit into the round, like round 83 if I need to. And it is there. Yes. Yes. All too often, I have made that mistake of, like, trying to brute force a run that I guess I messed up some rounds earlier, aka this run, spending 3k unnecessarily in the early game. In the end, it's just a lot easier to go back and fix those mistakes and then go back there. It's just in the moment, you don't want to redo those rounds because you think, it's just, we'll get it this next time, so we'll save so much more time than having to go back all those rounds, but that never ends up being the case. So now, I'm confident that Hawkeye is a rest of the game solo. If it isn't, we'll just give maybe attack speed buffs on it. Literally anything, honestly. I'd probably even double dip on an ice tower, absolute zero strategy with it. Ooh, I did see, we got a couple cerams leaking, but size ice wall will help with that. Oh right, I'm an idiot. We're not even at 84 out of 132 yet, so duh. The first thing I should be doing is giving more power on it, so it has higher stats. But first off, before putting more beasts in double discount, I'm just gonna get more intel, so it has bigger coverage on the left and the right. And then now we can get other beast handers that are double discounted. So we're gonna do this process slowly. Only once it looks like Hawkeye is leaking a lot of stuff, like 94, does it make me want to pull the trigger on getting a higher degree. Let's get 100 right now. DDT's here. A little bit leaking. So I guess that said, add more. 110 now. If 98 leaks, upgrade. Yep, it's leaking. So we'll do these guys because I'm too lazy to buy more. 124, and I think one more for max. Let's just do it. It's very cheap. Very cheap, and I still have 40k left over. So it's not like I have an embarrassingly low amount of money. They say if you don't finish Lost Crevasse with 50k spare, then you're not very good at this game. Let's see, well, if this has enough bad damage, because it might, if I need more, then I'm definitely going below 50k. But look, each swipe is doing 200, and at a very fast rate, so this should be more than enough. And if not, actually no, size doesn't do any damage, so it's basically gotta be all Hawkeye here. And I'm glad I ultimately revisited the Hawkeye, because I forgot for a whole year. Like, this thing is good, man. 36k over, so we actually smashed that, like, 2 Megapops goal. It's just the difficulty in getting there or saving up for it was the most challenging part rather than preventing pops. And the same bug happened. I pressed retry last round, I swear to God, but it restarted the game all over. Thank God for Time Machine. Hawkeye is good, end of story. I'll leave you off with footage of round 102 and 103 while I do the outro. The outro is just, thanks for watching. Click here for more.